We are live. We are direct with Amy Thurman. After 10 years of living with a broken neck, she had to rebuild her life from inside out, knowing that she had to dedicate herself to alignment. Alignment transforms everything. She's an authenticity expert, best-selling author, teaching individuals, caregivers, teams, and organizations how to turn presence, emotional clarity, and alignment into powerful tools for living, loving, and leading straight out of Norman, Oklahoma. Welcoming Amy Thurman. Let's go. Speak to
Oh
me.
my gosh, thank you so much. What
Let's
a
go.
wonderful warm welcome. Just
Let's
brings a smile
go.
to my face.
Let's
I know
go.
that I know that's me, but the way you explained it and the way you welcomed me just makes me smile, makes my heart warm. So thank you for
That's it.
having me.
We're going to dig in. Look, author, reader, currently I'm digging into this.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. Love this book in terms of, hey, look, 10x targets, because 2x is linear, 10x exponential. Great
Mhm.
book in terms of for leadership. Love this book. How about for you? Like, what book are you digging into? It's
Oh, oh my goodness. I have several that I read at the same time.
amazing.
Um, I love Dan Martell.
Yes.
Um, yeah, his Buy Back Your Time, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
So many good nuggets in that. And, he also is one with alignment. He also believes in alignment and doing things the way that you're meant to do them. And I just love his message. So,
100%. Tell me, let's dig into your story a little bit about, the 10 years you spent with the broken neck. What did that experience teach you? How did you get out of that experience? Like, yeah, give us a little bit on that, please.
yeah, thank you. Whew, gosh, I trigger warning. It does involve suicidal thoughts and mental health issues. So, because it was so miserable, I was working at the University of for the University of Oklahoma one day, and the next day I couldn't even take myself to the restroom. So I couldn't walk, talk, hear, or see correctly. And I lost that entire year of my children's lives. I lost my job, and with it, I lost my sense of self worth. And in the process, I almost lost myself because it was a miserable existence. I lived 6 months with that broken neck and sheared brainstem before anyone ever figured out that that's what was wrong.
Wow.
So I was completely incapacitated, laying flat in bed for 23 hours a day for almost a year. So I decided that I got tired of feeling like a burden, and I had enough pain medication, and I knew that that would work for me, that it would be quick and it would be easy and it would be painless because that's what I was looking for in that moment. And so my plan was to swallow a handful of pills. But before I could get to that point, my heart said to me, "What if you don't have to die? What if you can make a different choice? What if you can take the same energy you're using trying to die and you can flip it around and use it to fight to live? Maybe you can use your story to help others." So, as a former educator and social worker, that I knew that I came here to help people, but laying
Yes.
flat in bed wasn't doing it. So
Yes.
I thought, maybe there's something to this. Maybe if I fight to live, I can use my story to help others. And that's what I did. I just turned that energy around and used it for me instead of against me.
Chin. Touching for a lot of people out there that are going through, difficult times, right now, different ailments, and to maybe stay in the game. So thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Leadership. My take on leadership, empathy. Empathy. Looking at things from someone else's perspective rather than pushing on. It's like whenever I'm working with people, I start. Do you know the tool, the icky guy? Do you know that tool, the icky guy?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Every time for the past 3, 4 years, I taught in Japan. But that icky guy, what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you could be paid for, that mix, I'm showing a bit of them. Like, hey, look, it's about you, not about me. What does leadership mean to you?
I have a different take on leadership because in my experience, most leaders are taught to be managers. They
Okay.
aren't really they aren't really leaders.
Wow.
They know how to manage the people, they know how to manage the information, they know how to manage the systems, but they don't really know how to lead the people because
Wow.
leading not only takes charisma, most of them are charismatic, that's how they became leaders, but it also takes a sense of warmth, and most of them aren't taught that or don't know how to gain that, and part of that includes authenticity,
Oh,
being who you are and allowing people to see you as human. Most leaders don't want people to see them as human, they don't want people to know that they've messed up or that they're struggling. Yet that's really where the power lies. When leaders begin to own that they are human and allow people to see that they're
wow.
struggling too, the people that they're leading become much more willing to share things with them and to open up, and the environment, the whole culture changes. But it all starts with the leader, top down.
100%. Where's your book? Like, in terms, your book's on authenticity? Like, is there, yeah,
I'm actually working on a book right now on
okay.
authenticity, but my other
Another
two
book?
are
Because there's a book written, right? Correct? Or,
I have two books that are
yeah.
bestsellers, yes.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Okay. And what books are they?
The first one is the story of my 10 years with a broken neck and
Hmm.
all that I went through to reclaim my life, and it's called Finding My Hero Within.
Yes.
Yeah, and because that's what I was able to do through that whole process. The person I was looking to come rescue me was found in my reflection in the mirror, and that's true for all of us. So that's what that book is about. And then the second book is a reflective coloring workbook that walks you through the self-discovery process, because you can't be authentic until you know who you are, discover who you are beneath all of the noise and the expectations and the roles. You have to get down to the nitty-gritty, down below the surface.
Wow. And
And
so, what tools do you use? So, I mentioned the icky guy. What tools do you use?
yeah, I actually just created my own.
Really? What's
I
it called?
Yeah, it's called the Mirror Collective.
Oh,
Um,
and that's in the second book, right?
that is it. I have the book goes in line with that, but the Mirror Collective is a course and a group, and the book is separate. So they're two separate things, but they kind of
Amazing.
work in tandem to really take someone really down deep into the self discovery process.
100%.
When
No,
you're looking for something out there that you can't find, you just create it yourself. So I created these for me because I wanted to do self discovery. And then they began working so well for me. I thought, other people might want to do these too. And I started sharing them, and they've been life changing for people. So I'm just grateful.
amazing. Shiny object syndrome. How is it possible for leaders to stay on purpose, whether that be a solopreneur, leader of a team of 50, 100? How do you stay on purpose?
It's all about alignment, all about embracing your authenticity. Because what I found and the people that I work with, when you know who you are beneath the noise and the roles and the expectations that others are putting on you, you don't feel the draw to those shiny objects because you know which ones align with you and which ones don't. And you say no. Like I have, oh my gosh, at least three producers wanting me to host a TV show, wanting to turn my story into a movie, all of these things. And I have said no every time because they don't feel aligned at this point. They may feel aligned at a different point, and that's because I know who I am at my core and I know what fits me and I know what's aligned. And just because it sounds cool and it's what people dream of doesn't mean it's right for me.
That's radical self-awareness right there, isn't it?
It really is, and people don't understand that, like, how do you do that, Amy? And I'm like, it just happens naturally once you get down to the core of who you are and learn what is meant for you, because I have chosen things that weren't meant for me, and they didn't go well, and I don't wanna repeat that. So I have learned from that experience, and I just choose differently now.
Amazing. She leads, she sells. We got to touch upon sales. What does it mean to you? How do you sell?
It's interesting. Like I said, I have a different take on all of this stuff because I don't feel like I really sell.
Oh, wow.
I make sales, but I don't sell. I connect with people in a genuine, authentic way, and because of that, they want to buy from me. So I really have begun creating things that people can buy because when they get to know me, and as a friend says, once they experience my orbit, which is funny to me, they want more of it. Yesterday, I was on a call and I just spoke for 30 seconds, and someone messaged me after that and said, "I want what you have. How do you do what you do? Teach me how to be like you." And I was like, "You heard me talk for 30 seconds, you know?" But it is just that And as you said at the beginning, confidence, I don't see it as confidence. I just see it as I know who I am. Like I'm comfortable. I am comfortable in my own skin and I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not. I don't have to. I have nothing to prove. And so I don't sell, I connect, and it's through those authentic connections that people just buy from me.
Amazing. Very spiritual take on sales. Sales, I call sales spiritual because you're in spirit. And so it's an expression is only when you're not aligned, like truly aligned in terms of vision, the product, everything isn't aligned. Because maybe if there's that misalignment there, you're doing it because you saw the guru. You're trying
Yes.
to be like Hormozy.
Yes.
Then you might have the outward manifestations of something, but it's not really fully aligned. No, that makes perfect sense. Who'd you like to serve? Who is ideal? Is it leader with 1 to 10 people in the company? Is it coaches, consultants? Like, who do you ideally like to serve?
I my heart is for caregivers. That's who I love to serve. First and foremost, I know that I have people asking me to come into their corporations and help them with this authenticity piece. And I'm willing to do that. I do that and I work with individuals, but I really love to help people who have lost their identity, who have these roles that they play. And I love to help them understand that they are not that role. That's just a part of what they're doing in their lives. And so that can fall into many different places. But yeah, really caregivers is my heart. And educators, I used to be an educator and I lost myself as an educator because it becomes your life. But you're so much more than an educator. That's not who you are. That's a role that you're playing.
Okay. No, 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 that makes perfect sense. So in terms of caregivers, what do you do for them? Like, yeah, do you have like one-to-one coaching? Like, because it's not often that you hear about caregivers specifically being helped. Yeah.
Right. I don't do one-on-one coaching. I have found for a few reasons it's exhausting for my body because I'm a very emotionally driven person. If I'm going to help someone, I'm digging in deep and I'm giving it all that I have. And unless someone wants to pay me a whole lot of money, I don't really do one-on-one. But also, I found that groups help people more than I can individually. All I'm pulling from is my experience, but when you bring a group of people together who have the same purpose and a common goal, they learn from each other. And then I become the facilitator to give examples and to lead them through the curriculum or the content, but they end up learning from each other. So I do communities, groups for that reason.
Okay. And so you have a group of caregivers that you work with potentially?
Yes, I have a group, the through the Mirror Collective, my self-discovery group, my self-discovery course. One of the groups is for caregivers.
Have you always lived in Oklahoma down in the South? Like you've always been there? Have you traveled elsewhere in the States?
I grew up in Oklahoma. When I graduated from high school, I did a national park tour. So I worked in Yellowstone National Park and the Grand Canyon and just went around exploring all the things before I had kids. And then once I had kids, I came back to Oklahoma and raised them here. And then now I get to travel all over. I do speaking engagements. I just got back from speaking at the University of Oxford in England and just I'm just so honored, to be able to do that kind of thing. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm a Southern gal, but I love to explore and find adventure through travel.
What's the big goal for 12 months? Like what we're looking at, yeah.
I really want to be on a TEDx stage. I want to share my story and this message on a TEDx stage because authenticity can change the world, and most people don't understand how important it is and how powerful it is in all areas of their lives. And I just want to share that message with the world because I think it can be life changing. It's Authenticity is not just a personal choice, it's a cultural force. It literally can change our culture when we embrace it. And I think that's what the world needs right now.
Amazing. What's the biggest obstacle for you? Whether that be internal, something external, like what makes it difficult for you to execute upon your goals?
I would say the most difficult thing for me is that I care a lot. Like, I'm just a heart centered person. I'm not about fame or notoriety, even though I have gained that. I have gained that because I'm a heart centered person and I truly care about people at their core. And I really want to help people. But a lot of times I see people's potential. Like I see people's souls. I don't really see bodies. So I see people's potential and I want to push them and help them become what they can become because I see that in them. But a lot of them aren't willing to do the work. It takes deep internal work, uncomfortable, hard, heart wrenching work to get to that core of who you are. And I know when people are willing to go there, how powerful it is, but sometimes people just aren't ready for that. And having to pull back and allow them to be where they are and not try to push them into what I see their potential is really difficult for me.
Okay. No, I love that. And with your mirror collective technique, is that what helps these people get to their core root of
It
who they are?
Yes, yeah, that's the start of it. It's that self-discovery piece. And my business is called Polish the Mirror because that's what we're doing. The mirrors of our lives are covered, they're distorted and covered with layer after layer of all of these things. And it's just a matter of removing all of the things that we are not so that we can see what we truly are and see our reflection clearly. So the first step of that, yes, is the self-discovery piece.
Amazing. How can they get in contact with you? Who are you looking to serve?
Yeah, my website is pretty much a one-stop shop. It's www.getamyshelp.com. And like I said, anyone who really wants to who feels like there's gotta be more to life than this. Like I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I feel like I'm just floundering out here. And that's a whole plethora of people because a lot of people are feeling that way. But again, I really love serving caregivers and educators. And so that's who I am targeting. But anyone that I can help who feels that way, I would be happy to reach out and help them. Yeah.
Amazing. Amy, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much. It's an honor for me to be here to share my story with you.
Next time you come and speak in Oxford, you have to come to London for a kappa. We call it a kappa.
Are you in London?
I'm in London, yeah.
No way. Oh my
Where do you think
gosh,
I was from? The
yes.
States? Like, yeah. Where
What's
do you think
that?
my accent was from? The States?
No.
Where?
No, but I do know people who live in the States with that accent who have moved over here.
Oh, okay,
But
fair enough, yeah.
I'm definitely going back. Like I loved it so much over there. I'm definitely coming back. So yes, we definitely will. We'll sit down and have a chat when I come back.
100%. Amy, it's been a pleasure. God
Thank
bless
you.
you. God bless Oklahoma. God bless the United States of America. Amy
Yes.
Thurman, everybody. Woo! That is it.